YouTube sucks. Everyone's always YouTube. Friends, family, subscribers. Well, why don't I just say YouTube? Blow it out your ass. But friends, family, and subscribers, love you. Oh, I needed a good laugh this morning. So I'm going to get into some heavy chest today. But as I woke up this morning at 5:30 in the morning, I had some heavy baggage, some heavy thoughts weighing in on me. And this happens from the past week or your past 2 weeks. Obviously, a lot of times we as bodybuilders, we get into what we call the zone. We get into the zone. It's extreme focus. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're not putting interest or effort or anything else into other parts of our lives. It means that we have the discipline to zone in on whatever we're doing and on whatever tasks we're doing. But as a bodybuilder, it's always in your subconscious because from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, it's a lifestyle that you live. It's like and I would put it right beside faith. I'd put faith first, and I'd put bodybuilding second, because without faith, life circumstances, setbacks, call it what you want. I mean, give yourself a pat on the back as you move forward and you overcome obstacles, but at the end of the day, it's faith. You are God's DNA. He works through you, whether you care to acknowledge it or not, unless you want to completely abandon him and turn completely to the dark side and shut him out altogether. You're not gonna feel very good at that point in time. You may feel like you're feeling good. There's a lot of people out there that practice black magic, and black magic will actually trick you into thinking that what you're doing is good. You're foreseeing things. You're getting visions. You're following up on them. You're following these visions, and you think it's helpful. But it's trickery. It's deception. You're following a false idol, a false god, and it's not true faith. And not at the end of the day, but at the end of your journey. I mean, you may not get the immediate repercussions of this kind of lifestyle or this kind of selfish, godless thinking in your immediate life or in your life at all. And it says this in scriptures. But at the end of your journey, everything is accounted for. So I want to talk to you now about your energy, your mental and physical energy, what's going into your mind, what's going into your heart, and what's coming out. Who's in your life, and what kind of impact are they having on you with the things they say to you on a one-on-one. Somebody may perceive you in a certain way because you may seem somewhat mysterious to that person. People get antsy, they get anxious. They want to know you. They want to even try to assume things about you or imagine things about you or possibilities or what could be. And it may come to a point where they want to ask you some questions. Or maybe they want to project a thought onto you of something that they personally feel about you to be true, of what they understand about your character. And at that point in time, you're not crazy. You're going to feel fight or flight, because you're under attack, in a sense. Somebody's assuming something about you, and they're coming at you with assumptions. And so they're coming at you, and you're on the other side. And how do you perceive that? And how do you protect yourself from that draining your energy? First of all, you have confidence in yourself, and you have confidence in the Lord, that He's put you where you want to be, where you need to be, and you got to remember, He always likes the most humblest people. So, I mean, somebody may think you're an underachiever. They see so much potential in you. Oh, you could do so much more. And they might start making suggestions for you. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. Why aren't you doing this? But they don't know every single thing that you do in your life, from the minute you wake up to the time you go to bed, daily. They don't know every single thing that you've been through from the day you were born up until now. They don't know how many times you were saved. They don't know how many times you got back up on your feet. They don't know how many times you've helped somebody through, and how many times you've given unconditional love to somebody. Only God can judge you. And somebody cannot judge you when they got a crap load of baggage and wrongdoings sitting in their carriage. It's like it says, don't try to pull the log out of your brother's eye unless you make darn sure that you don't have a log in your own eye. And most of the time, there's always going to be a log in your own eye, unless you're completely repented and you're born again and you're really Christ-like, which is way far in and between and few. Watch out for this and projecting and people assuming things about you. So now you're getting this feeling, this person's coming at you, and you may feel that fight or flight, like you're under attack. You got to protect yourself. Well, what do you do at that point? Listen. Sometimes the person who says less, the strong silent type, they're the ones that are considered wise, because when they do say something, it's thought out. Think before you speak, and it makes an impact. And sometimes 5 words or 1 sentence can have a lot more impact than spilling your guts for half an hour trying to prove yourself to somebody. You can't prove your whole life to somebody. If they want to insinuate something about you from your immediate life, the situation you're in now, you could have been a 5-star person, everything uppity up 3 weeks ago. They don't know that, and now you're knocked down on your ass, and that's what they think of you. You're knocked down on your ass. So let them speak what they want to say or whatever. Listen to what they want to hear, and pause. Just wait. See if they have anything else to say. Are you done? Is that it? And make sure what you're hearing correctly. Because you got to watch out, because the tone in somebody's voice may make you understand it differently. Say, let me make sure what I'm hearing from you is correct. Now, what exactly are you asking here? And And are you assuming something? Ask them questions before you start defending yourself. Make sure you heard them right. And then pray on it. And then give them just what they need to know or what they want to know when you figure out exactly what it was. And that's it. Wait, because they're going to think, oh, it's going to shock them because, maybe they wanted to get a rise out of you. Maybe they wanted to get you all fired up, because they want to see if they can break you. Because they envy you or they're jealous of you. They want to try to trigger your weak spots. It could be a mental battle out there with people, but it doesn't have to be a battle. If you're cautious, if you know what to look for, you stand your ground, you hold back and listen, observe, and then just say the bare minimum. And that's going to keep you in the zone, and it's going to keep you with your energy, your hard-earned energy that you worked for through all your ups and downs in life, and don't let anybody steal that from you, because it's going to drain you for your next workout. It can. You may have a workout that day, and because you defended yourself and you spent half an hour or 45 minutes explaining yourself, getting all fired up to this person, you're exhausted. And they've won. Don't let it happen. And if it does happen, accept it for what it is. Recover from it, take care of yourself, move on, and just be more cautious in the future. And maybe keep this person a little bit at arm's reach. You know what I mean? So a little to get something off my mind. Hopefully this can help you guys. It's on a deeper level. But I really think that bodybuilding isn't just physical, it's also mental and spiritual. You got to have all the components, proper sleep, proper food, the right amount of food, the right amount of sleep, the right amount of training. And so to be in the zone, you have to be conscious of all these things. And when you are confident that you're conscious in all these things, you can let it go. It's really a no-brainer. It's in your subconscious now, and you don't have to constantly be putting thought into it. I got your back. You got mine. Let's do this. Yeah!
Jesus' name,
That's a good start. 70s, 60s, 70s. Goals to get to 80s. The 90s. Then 100s. 100s is good, man. Gotta be realistic. So 70, quite a few high reps. 60 for a few high reps. Well, I got 15 reps out of 60. Needless to say, I did a shitload of other stuff before this, so I'm already pre-exhausted. And I know through past training that those hundreds will be going up. And it's not going to be just for little 5-6 reps. When I'm doing those hundreds, it's going to be for at least 10 to 12 reps. Gotta make this a little shorter so I can go a little deeper on the next one. But yeah, so plan is to keep building muscle and to use that muscle to actually get leaner, because I don't want to get leaner and ripped while doing the whole high reps thing and losing strength and then shrinking or looking stringy. So it's all about getting stronger, building muscle, and getting leaner and more ripped as we approach the warmer weather here. We're hitting plus 13 right now, but it's weird how the lighting keeps shifting like that. As the weather approaches, plus 15, I'm going to get out there. One of my favorite pastimes, and strongly recommend incorporating this into your bodybuilding lifestyle if you have the sun for it and the hot weather, is to just get out there in the hot sun, enjoy yourself, lay down a blanket, bring some food, a radio if you want, some suntan oil, and get on your swim trunks and just soak up that sun now's the time to start, because then come, middle of June, you're just dark. And so that's the goal. And as a Canadian, we go through our winters, there's nothing to show off in the winter. You're in hibernation mode, so you're not tanning, you get pale, you bulk up a little bit. It's just not because you're eating like shit or eating pizzas every day, but you're just not getting out as much. I mean, you're not gonna be going for walks every day when it's minus 30, so it is what it is. That's how us Canadians roll. But I think we develop a certain kind of strength because of that. Anyone who has to survive through cold, long winters. So yeah, back to the training. Lowering the duration of training. Instinctively, obviously, it's always instinctive training with me, and that comes with past experiences, knowing your body, and just knowing all the different training techniques and methods. There's tons of them. If you really want to get down to the root core of bodybuilding and learn all those techniques and methods, I strongly recommend you just order it online, the Joe Weider Book of Bodybuilding. That's all you need. I mean, you can go on the internet all you want, watch all these pros, watch all these videos. Joe Weider Book of Bodybuilding is the number one. He is the godfather, him and Ben Weider, the godfather of bodybuilding. That's what bodybuilding is Weider, Joe Weider. That's the basics of bodybuilding. That's what bodybuilding is. It's gotten way too complicated and confusing over the years, and you'll learn all those methods and you can use them accordingly throughout your weeks, months, years of training. So yeah, it's getting right now, that being said, with getting lean and more ripped and building muscle at the same time, a lot of pro bodybuilders call it growing into a show, where you use that extra added lean muscle to work in your advantage, to burn fat. The more muscle you have, the more fat you're burning. So you're not losing muscle and coming in all stringy. Yeah, you might come in shredded, but who wants to lose 10, 15 pounds of muscle, when you've been training hard all winter to gain that muscle? So instinctively in rest, deciding on how many days rest you're going to take off. And there's no boundaries. If you feel like you got to take 2 days off in between workouts, take 2. I've been even known at times to, in my strength training and gaining mass training, to even take up to 4 or 5 days off. And the thing is when you take that time off, you will get stronger, and your muscles will be fuller. They may flatten out after the 4th or 5th day. Also to keep in mind with high intensity training, I'm kind of all over the map here, but it's all a bundle of the same thing here. What I'm getting to, it's all the same thing. Keep in mind that when you are training intensely, high intensity training is always pushing yourself past your physical limits. So that takes a lot of mind and willpower, mind over matter, pushing yourself through. If your body can do 8 reps, if you're in the right mental zone, you could probably do 10 to 12. So getting stronger, taking more time off for recovery, taking longer rest periods between sets, not going to failure on your warm-up sets like I usually do, high reps, going to failure for everything, but just going under failure on all your warm-up sets. And this is a Mike Mentzer heavy-duty philosophy, is only push yourself to your 100% all-out intensity on your very last 1 or 2 sets. All the ones prior to that are just warm-up sets. Any more than that is overtraining. So, you really don't want to go into overtraining, because that's why we're lowering the duration of everything. Because the more you don't go into overtraining, the more often you're going to be able to train, and less recovery time you need if you're not severely overtrained, and the more you're going to grow. So as you can see, I'm just sticking to the basic movements. Today I did a whole bunch of stuff, but I just showed you the incline, on a slight incline, not too much, but just above flat bench for upper middle chest. Going heavy enough to where I can handle, like I said, 2 sets to failure, or I can handle 15 reps with the 70 or 60 pound dumbbells, sorry, and I got about 9 reps with the 70 pound dumbbells. So the goal is to next try the 80 pound dumbbells progressively, see if I can get 9 out of that. When I can get 9 or 10 out of that, then it'll be going up to 90, then 100. And the ultimate goal is to get to 100 pound dumbbells for 10 to 12 reps. And with that strength gain, with the proper amount of rest and food, with strength always comes size. So building that size and getting ripped and gradually tanned for the summer, developing that ultimate package for your goal and picture day, video day, whatever you want. And you can hang on to these gains and this rippedness for quite a while, 3-4 months, before you decide to maybe bulk up a little bit more. But yeah, so around July, you're going to be at your peak, at your most tanned, because you always want to be tanned. You want the whole package. You want to be tanned, you want to be ripped or lean, and you want to be full and have the size. So even though you're not competing, you're still competing. You're competing against yourself, and you just love doing it. I love doing it. You love doing it. It's a goal. Nobody can take it from you. And it's the same as being a competitive bodybuilder. I'm training as hard. You're training as hard. We're eating right. We're getting enough sleep. The only thing we're not doing is jumping on stage. And I mean, at an amateur level, let's face it, I'm an amateur. A lot of you are amateurs. Some of us will never compete. We'll never be pros. But we still train just as hard. And I mean, even if you were to compete as an amateur, that's awesome. But keep in mind, the rewards aren't much. You're going to maybe get a trophy and some supplements, and you're going to have a bunch of judges sitting there judging you, and you may be competing against 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 guys. So yeah, but either way, it's all about getting jacked and ripped, whether you decide to compete or or you just decide you don't want to look good for Instagram or pictures, or just for yourself, to have that goal, to show to your grandchildren. And the main thing is you got heart and soul. You're doing it because you just love doing it. I love doing it. We all love doing it, and we got a passion for training and bodybuilding, and that's the main thing. So yeah, if you like the videos, please like and subscribe. Send me a shout out, and let me know what's going on. Thanks for watching.